Hey YouTube, it is possibly one of the most hyped GBL events in a while because it is introducing a very, very meta Pokemon that has been buffed and nerfed and buffed and nerfed a few times now. We're going to go over Corviknight and why it is so strong and why it is up to the number 6th ranked Pokemon in the Great League and why it has actually changed the Great League ranking to move down Clodsire just because of this Pokemon. So Tuesday, January 21st, 10 a.m. So tomorrow, beginning at 10 a.m. to the Sunday 26th. Rookidee into Corviknight makes its debut. So there's a research where you can get some TMs. There's you can still TM away frustration. So another week of TMing away frustration, which is huge. And magnetic lure modules attract different Pokemon during the event, such as Onix, Beldum, Sheldon, and Rookidee. This Pokemon is egg and magnetic lure locked. Now, in my opinion, there's a huge difference between being egg locked and magnetic lure locked. In terms of like pay to win sort of thing, I find eggs at the extreme end in this game. Magnetic lures, although they do cost coins, it is generally not that hard to gather up 150 coins or 200 coins or whatever it is and throw it on a Pokestop. So I think the accessibility for Rookidee from a magnetic lure is not too bad, that this Pokemon should be somewhat accessible. Well, I mean, we'll see the rate that it comes up on these magnetic lures. If it's like one in every lure, like that'd be annoying. If it's like a few, okay. But in wild encounters, Clefairy, Machop, Totodile, Meryl, Hoppip, Wooper, Shieldon, Bunnelby, Carbink, and Annie, which is Toxapex. So holy smokes! Not only, and so we'll go over I'm going to go over this. Corviknight was the main point of this, but there's actually quite a lot of GBL Pokemon in here as well in the wild encounters. So we'll have to go over both. Raids, Lickitung, Scroopy, Pancham, Amora, and all the Deoxys, attack, defense, and then Dialga beginning on the 24th. Just an FYI, if you want to solo, I don't know about solo, but at least for 2 for sure, because I did 2 people for sure. If you go after attack form Deoxys, it is so glassy. Like if you have a dark Pokemon, you can take it down. Like we took it down 2 people and still had like 220 seconds left on the clock. Like it's so glass. I used a Mega T-Tar with Bite, and it just took it down in like 40 seconds, not even. So if you want to do that, and then eggs, yes, Shield on Carbink, and then Rookidee, as you can see there, and featured attacks. Holy smokes! So when I said this is the best GBL event, that's going to best GBL event plus Corviknight in the title. Hello, Machamp for Karate Chop, Feraligatr for Hydro Cannon, Quagsire for Aqua Tail, Licky for Body Slam, Corviknight. Iron Head's is it going to be a legacy move? Iron Head. Yes, Iron Head is going to be a legacy move. And it's going to be the cheapest move too. So maybe you want it. Yeah, Iron Head is one of the recommended moves. So we'll cover that in 1 second. Sorry, that's my other video I just uploaded. And Clodsire, you don't need to evolve Clodsire to get Mega Horn because you do not even want it. Okay, Corviknight. So as you can see on the rankings, it is up to number 6. And because of that, it has changed the top Pokemon to Corsola because Clodsire is going to be resisted. What makes this Pokemon strong? Well, it is the same typing as Skarmory. And for this, you need a little bit of history on Skarmory. So we'll go over that, why Skarmory is strong and why this is just stronger. So here is Skarmory now. As you're going to see it's a little more balanced on Corviknight, but very similar stat products, right? So you had Skarmory, 106 attack, 163 defense, 122 stamina. And Corviknight 107, 128, 151. Flying Steel, they are both Flying Steel Pokemon. And what made this extremely strong for Skarmory, and why Skarmory was like a top 5 Pokemon for so many seasons until they nerfed it, was because its stat product was great, and you had only 2 weaknesses, Fire and Electric, and there was not a lot of that in the meta. And then everything else in the meta you resisted. Double resisting Poison, double resisting Grass, Bug, and then single resisting Steel, Psychic, Normal, Ground, Flying, Fairy, Dragon. Now that is the meta, right? There you have your Superiors and Jumplefts. You have your Clodsires. You have your ground Pokemon like Gastrodon. So you have like literally the meta. So that's what made it so strong. And so Skarmory was like a top ranked Pokemon, and then it got nerfed, and it was always limited by its second move just being just flying. It was generally just a flyer and steel. Now you have some of the similarities here. So same typing, stat product very similar, and now it's the moveset. And the moveset is still flying steel, which is going to be one of its main limitations. But it has sand attack. So as you can see, the same other movesets as Skarmory, Steel Wing and Air Slash. But when Steel Wing got nerfed, it became pretty bad. And then Air Slash is even worse than that. But now it has sand attack, which means that you charge at a pretty fast rate. So you have all the bulk of the Skarmory, of the bird, the same resistances, but now a really, really fast charging sand attack with two moves that are very similar to Skarmory, right? Sky Attack, Iron Head. Not the super best moves in the game, honestly. But because of all these resistances, that's why you can't give it the best moves in the game, or else this thing would be broken. So Sand Attack is already a very, very fast charging move. So Sky Attack still with stab, 102 damage for 1.85 damage per energy. So good output on the Sky Attack damage. And then Iron Head, just kind of a generalist. I don't even know what you'd throw. Like, I'm trying to think what... Oh, it's going to be for Rock. Sorry, you're going to hit super effective against Rock that it would otherwise resist flying. So that's the main thing. However, there is an argument for payback if you do not get the legacy move on it. And the argument is steals. So if you go against a steel, Sky Attack and Iron Head would be resisted. Yes, Sand Attack would be super effective, but it's not a lot of damage per energy. So, you could throw payback on it. It just means that you're going to be a little slower to the moves, but 13 and 12 versus 14 and 15, it's not like you're not looking at something crazy here, although 3 and 2 and 3 is not nothing, but for something as bulky as this, people are now thinking that it's going to be a little RPS because you're going to have all these resistances, a couple weaknesses, but the Sand Attack, what makes this Pokemon way stronger than the Skarmory is this. Not only is the Sand Attack charging fast, but this Sand Attack is doing super effective against your two weaknesses, Fire and Electric, right? And again, when stuff that Iron Head and Sky Attack is resisted on, like Steel, you can hit super effective with Sand Attack. So it really has the coverage to go, the fast move, charge move coverage to go with it that Skarmory does not, which is going to make it a very, very strong Pokemon. So definitely go get one. As you can see, Corsola went up and Clodsire went down just because of this, and stuff that could generally hit neutral. Fire Punch still on. Yeah, you know what? We were just all thinking about Return Purified Diggersby with Scorching Sands, but Scorching Sands and Return would be resisted on this Pokemon as well. So this Pokemon should, because of that, shake up the meta. And as you can see, Morpeko up to 11. Having a super effective electric move to knock this out quickly makes Morpeko even a little more dangerous, right? So yes, it will definitely be out there. I kind of already went over some of these other ones before, but Totodile is for Alligator, which you can also get Hydro Cannon on, so definitely get one of those. Marill is a Zoomerol, get one of those. Hoppip is Jumpluff, get one of those. Paldean Wooper is Clodsire, get one of those. Bastiodon, you don't really need to get any more. Bunnelby is Diggersby, get one of those. Carbink, not so useful. Mariani is Toxapex, get one of those. So Scroopy if you want it in the 1-star raid. Pancham, I think Pancham will still be level 20 here in the raids, so maybe it's not so good for Great League. More if you think that, again, I really don't like using I don't even know the evolution. Not Amora. What's the evolution? Aurorus. There's an option here. So, and then again, if you want Defense Deoxys candies, XL candies, hit up the attack form 5-star raids to get XL candies that way, because that's what I did. I did a couple raids the other day when I was in the office. Went out for a walk for lunch because it was actually mild, and did a couple raids and got some XL candies there. So definitely a very, very interesting GBL event. And then there's obviously, Dialga coming in on the 24th, so you'd want to do those. So a very nice GBL event, and one that runs for all of 6 days? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so basically 6 full days of this event. Again, it depends what you have and not have. I think your first thing you should be doing is getting this new Pokemon, getting a ton of it. So do some magnetic lures, have a little party if you want, get some people together, find some stops all together and drop some lures to grab a bunch of those. And then same thing, if you don't have any of these Pokemon, you should be hunting them. And these are all like top 10 Pokemon, right? Like, look at the rankings. There's your Clodsire at number 2. There's your Diggersby at number 4. There's your Feraligatr at number 5. There's Primeape at number... Did I say Primeape in the ones? No, not Primeape. It was Machop. But there's Pangoro at 13 if you can get it below 15. There's Azumarill at 17. There's Carbink still at 18. There's Jumpluff at 19. Right? So there are so many valuable Pokemon in this event. So definitely one worth hunting. In terms of... let's go back to Corviknight, because I didn't even look at it in like the one shield and the different shield scenarios. In the one shield, it has a 22 and 16. Again, it's going to be... And this is why people think it's going to be RPS, right? Because you have... everything that you're going to resist. You're going to resist bug, you're going to resist poison, you're going to resist grass. Here's all your resistances, and then here's all your stuff that's going to hit you super effective that you won't have much for. Talonflame, electric, so fire, electric. Primeape is just still going to hit you neutral because you're half steel. And then, you know what, this is why it's... I'm not sure how strong this Pokemon's going to be, because the strength of a Pokemon is you're supposed to win the ones you're supposed to win, you're supposed to lose the ones you're supposed to lose, and you want all those middle ones to lean in your favor. So you're going to win the ones you're supposed to win, you're going to lose the ones you're supposed to lose to your week 2, and then we get these other Pokemon that you still have moves for, but you're losing, like, not even just losing pretty hard. Drifblim, Greninja, Corsola, Abomasnow, Mandibuzz, Dugong, Diggersby with Fire Punch. Fire Punch is super effective, but Quagsire. Like, these are Malamar, Bibarel. Like, these are all losses in neutral matchups. So whenever you see this in the 200 and 300s as well, like, this is not make me super optimistic. Let's look at some of the positives here. Annihilate for Alligator. Gastrodon, again, you probably should win because it's a Mud Slap user. Crest, you should win because it only has resisted moves. Again, these are all resisted fast move. The non-shadow for Alligators, I guess, a nice win. Marowak, resisted fast move. Poison Sting, resisted fast move. Dragon Tail, resisted. So this is where I let's look at the different shield scenarios just to see if anything changes. But this is where I'm starting to, like, 19 and 19 in the 2s and 18 and 20 in the 1s. So this is where I'm starting to... We'll need to see it in practice. I wonder if it has like a little bit of energy. Oh no, one sand attack isn't going to do much. It shouldn't do much. 23 and 16 with one sand attack in the 1s. It's not insignificant. But again, I wouldn't use this as a safe swap, so getting a little head on energy, I don't know if that's really practical. So yeah, that is Corviknight. I feel like it's going to be one of these Pokemon that I'm going to need to test out. Because on paper, again... You have so many resistances, so you can't just dismiss you're supposed to win the one you're supposed to win, because if you're resisting like 10 things, that's a lot of things that you're supposed to win, right? And that's what makes it strong. So I don't want to dismiss that, but then there's all these sort of neutral matchup Pokemon that you're losing to. I don't love that. I don't know if it's going to be anywhere near the top in Ultra. Whoa! Number 1 ranked in Ultra League. What the heck? Now, how many XLs do you need for this thing? Probably level 48.5, 0, 15, 15, 24.98. So you need a lot of excels, but it only has a 2016 record, and it's going to come down to the, at least those middle losses are closer, right? So this is the thing, right? You're supposed to lose the ones you're supposed to lose. Your fires are going to kill you. But then when it comes to like the neutral matchups, 392, Drifloon that was 2 something before is 397. You know, your Feraligator's at 419. Greninja that was like 300 before is 476. Your Mandibuzz that was like 300 is 486. So that means you're losing, but not that bad. And now you're picking up more of those like neutral matchup here. So I think the Ultra League is different enough to give this thing a boost. So holy crap. So we need one for Great League and a bunch of candies for Ultra League. This thing may actually have more play in Ultra League, but man, oof. Anyways, a PvP breaker here. So happy hunting. Again, I would just probably focus on the magnetic lures as opposed to the eggs, but if you want to double your chances, if you want to get it for both, have at it. So the only last thing I will say before I sign off is Niantic clearly does not know what to do with this Pokemon yet. If you've seen the Pokeminers data mined, this thing was nerfed and buffed multiple times because Niantic's just trying to find the balance. So I think this is a okay balance for starting. Like it had Drill Peck before, so you would have used Drill Peck over Sky Attack, so that was good. And then they got rid of that and gave it Sand Attack. So they're trying to find a balance for this Pokemon. So all that to say is hunt it, use it, test it in the Great League and Ultra League, see if it's RPS, see if you like it, but don't be surprised if Niantic continues to fiddle with this thing in the upcoming seasons because they clearly do not know where they want this to land just yet. But that is it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.